Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to the sixth tutorial on Matlab course. In this tutorial we will cover how to read data from a file. Like you can read data from any file, but the command will depend on the type of the data you want to read. Let's say you want to read numeric data, so you have to put this command, you have to type this command. If you want to read a line or sentence, so this command. So let's do this one by one, right? So the first one is if you want to read a numeric data, so how you, let's see, I have a equal to text read. This is the command text read, then the file name in a single quotation. So I want to read this file, right? h1.m. so h1.m, and I'll close the single quotation. When I enter this, so it will read me that particular file. So tell us that in that particular file there is store 1 2 3 4 5, like this numbering is stored in that particular file. So this is the way to read a numeric data. Now if you want to read a line or a sentence, like in certain file you stored there are certain sentences and you want to read that particular file, so this is the command text read, then file name. So let's do this one. Let's say I have z equal to text read. This is the command, and bracket in single quotation you have to write the name of that file. Let's say I want to read this file, let khan.txt. so I'll write the name khan.txt, then I'll close the single quotation. I'll put a comma, and then in single quotation again I will write I will put a percentage sign in s, right, and I'll close the single quotation. When I enter this, so it will read me that particular file. In that particular file, it tells me that in that particular file there is hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. And so in that particular file, here basically it's stored this. So it's like a humble request from that particular file, you know. So this is the way to read data from a file. Now if you want to read data from an Excel file, so how you will do this? Let's say I want to read data from Excel. So let's say I have q equal to, so the command is xls read, then name that file. So let's say I want to read this file, this book 1.xls. so I'll write the name of that particular file, right, capital B, okay, 1.xlsx. Okay, so when I enter, so it will tell me whatever there is on that particular Excel file. Like okay, wait, it's running. It will tell me that what is there in that file. Like it's a heavy file, so it tell me that in that particular file such type of data is stored, like these columns are empty, and this column there is a data in this column, this column, this column. Like I run this file, so here there's a column, there's a data, then empty, 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 then there's a data. You also, if you want to read only this data, so you can do this, like this fail, let's clear this. So let's say z equal to, so the command is same, xls read, and bracket you have to name the file, right? So book 1.xlsx, and then you have to put the comma. Now you want to read this data, okay? So this data is basically from B6 to B17. So here you will write in single quotation B6 full column B17, right, and you close the single quotation. So when you enter, it will give you that particular data. It's like a heavy, so yeah, it's it gave me that particular data, like this data 0.2.51 up to 2.9. Also if you want to read this data and this data and you want to plot the graph of this, so you can do this same procedure. Clear this. Let's say I want to read that particular data, so let's say y equal to, so xls read, in bracket you have to name the file, so book1 dot xlsx, then and I put a comma. Then here let's see, this y data is from k6 to k18, and this is from l6 to l18, so k6 to k18. so here you will write k6 full colon k18, right, and close the. So when you enter, it will give you that particular y data. Yeah, it gave me that particular y data. Now z data, I want this z data, then I will be able to plot the graph z data. So this is from L6 to L18, right? So here I will write z equal to xls read. Here I will write single quotation, I will write single nameplate book one dot xlx is right. I will close single quotation, then I will put a comma. Here that was L6 to L18, right? Sorry, L18 here. Single quotation here again. When I enter, it will give me that particular data. So now it gave me the z data. Now I want to plot this y z. So how you will do this? Okay, so now you want to put plot the graph of this y and z. So how you will do? You will simply type plot and bracket. You have to type x comma, sorry, it's y comma z, y comma z, this comma, right? When you enter, so it will give you the graph. Yeah, it's a very strange graph, you know, because the data is random data, so this graph is very strange graph, but this is the way you can plot any graph. Okay, actually in this Excel file I take the data, a random data, so that's why the graph is like very strange graph, but this is the way you can plot any graph. Okay, so now coming to the other one. Now if you want to read an image, so how you will read it? The command is mread, the file name, right? So if you want to read an image, let's say I want to read this image, right? So here I will do z equal to mread, right? Then file name, so file name is 1.png, right? And I have to close this in single quotation as well. So when I enter this, it will read that particular image. So it read that particular image, but you don't understand what is this, how, if this is the way they read that particular image. But if you want that image, so you can, like by the command mshow, right? Mshow in particular variable you store, like I stored that in z, like I write in the beginning z equal to mread. So here you will put z, right? Z variable. When you enter this, way it will show you that particular image, like this is that particular image png, so this is that particular image. So this is the way you can read an image and Matlab as well. So this is the way you can read any particular image in Matlab. Okay, image file in Matlab. So and now if you want to read an audio file, so how you will do this? This is the command wave read, then file name. So let's say I want to read this particular audio file. So how I will do this? So the command is, this is z equal to wave read, then file name, right? So but you have to put the single quotation here in the bracket as well. So the file name is audio dot wave, right? audio.wave. So close single quotation, when you enter it will read you that particular audio file. Also this is reading that particular audio file. Now if you want to play that particular audio file, so how you will play? Simply you will write here wave play, and I stored it in Z, so here I will write Z. So this is, they are playing that particular file. So this is the way you can read any audio file, right? So this is, now they are reading it, and now you can play that file as well by this command. So now they are playing that particular audio file. Okay. So this was the way to read an audio file and how to play the audio file. So for play, it's a wave play in that particular variable, like we read this file in Z, so you have to put Z here, right? And reading command is like wave read, right? So this is the way you can read any audio file. Now the last but not the least is if you can load your workspace as well, like let's say clear this. Let's say here in my workspace there's a certain variable stored like a, q, y, z. Now I want this, like if I delete this, then I can load this workspace again as well. Like first I will write save, then let's say I want to save this in A1, right? So when I enter, then I will clear this, but again I will load this. So I will let's say clear this workspace by command clear. Now let's see, there is no variable. Now I want to load this variable again. So how will I do this? I do this by simply typing load space and that name A1 and enter. Let's see, it's comes again, all the variables are here again. So this was all about the tutorial 6. So thank you. Inshallah, in the next tutorial we will cover more about Matlab.